So after now, okay, fine, that will form the government. So one of the most important function of the Lok Sabha is to select the executive. Now, who is an executive? Executive branch is a branch which enforces the laws that the legislature makes. So it comprises of the president, vice president, prime minister, and the council of ministers. So they all come under executives. They are all executives, and this is, you can say, the most powerful organ of the government is the executive branch. So parliament, they selects the national government ruling party. So I have told you how the majority party who wins and they form the government, that is the ruling party, we can say. Now leader of the ruling party is the prime minister. Okay, so now they choose among them the party which has won, and they choose among themselves that who will be the leader of the ruling party, and that will form the prime minister. Then prime minister selects other executives. You know that prime minister, he chooses his council of ministers. So he selects other executives like Minister for Health, Education, Finance, etc. from the Parliament. So now we have seen the working of Lok Sabha. What Lok Sabha is doing? Lok Sabha is forming the government. Okay, they are making the list and they are seeing that which majority party is winning, and then they come to the conclusion that who will form the government, and from that ruling party prime minister is elected. So now we have seen the working of Lok Sabha, but what does the Rajya Sabha do then? Now let us look at this picture. So parliament in the two houses. Okay, so parliament is there, and here you can see number 2 is Rajya Sabha. Rajya Sabha is also known as Council of States. Okay, so first picture is of parliament. Parliament of India is also known as Sansad. It is the supreme law-making institution. It has two houses, the Rajya Sabha and the Lok Sabha. So number 2 picture is of Rajya Sabha. Rajya Sabha is also known as Council of States with a total strength of 245 members and is chaired by the Vice President of India. And the third picture is of Lok Sabha. Lok Sabha is also known as the House of the People with a total membership of 545, and it is presided over by the Speaker. So Speaker is the President here. Now let us look at the function of Rajya Sabha. So Rajya Sabha in Parliament, what is the function? You can figure out from the word only Rajya. Rajya means state. Sabha means council. So as we know that it is also known as Council of States, means it has to work for the states. Okay, it has to represent the states of India. Yes, right. So Rajya Sabha means it functions primarily as the representatives of the states of India in Parliament. So what are they representing? They are representing the states of India. And how are the members of the Rajya Sabha elected? Elected indirectly by the elected member of the Legislative Assembly of various states. Elected indirectly means the people are not involved in electing the members of the Rajya Sabha, like in previously you saw. So what is the function of Rajya Sabha? So from the word only you can figure out that what is the meaning of Rajya. Rajya means state. Okay, Sabha means council. So it is also known as Council of States. So but what is the function of Rajya Sabha? It functions primarily as the representatives of the states of India in Parliament. Okay, so from the word Rajya you can figure out that it has to be related with the states of India. So it primarily functions as the representatives of the states of India in Parliament. They are representing the states of India. Okay, and the members of the Rajya Sabha, how are they elected? So we now know the members of Lok Sabha, they are elected by us. We are involved in the election process. But here the members of the Rajya Sabha are elected indirectly. Indirectly means, indirectly we came to know that we are not involved. Okay, the common people are not involved. Elected indirectly means there's no involvement of the common people by the elected member of the legislative assembly of various states. Now who are these elected member? You know MLAs. Okay, so MLAs are elected by us. Okay, you know that this happens at the state government level, state elections. So at the central elections and the state elections. So at the state elections, when we choose the MLA, so these MLAs from the different states or from the different areas, these MLAs from the different areas of the district, they choose one member to be sent to the parliament. Okay, I hope it's clear that it is elected indirectly by the elected member of the legislative assembly. MLAs, they sit and then they decide that who will go to the parliament to become the member of Rajya Sabha. So how many number of members of Rajya Sabha are there? 233 plus 12 members are nominated by the president. So these 12 members, they are the people who have gained excellence in their fields. Okay, like literature or sports or anything, they have achieved excellence in their fields, so they're experts, you can say. So these 12 members are nominated by the president, and a bill is required to be passed in Rajya Sabha to become a law. So that is called reviewing and altering. So whenever any law has to be made, first a bill is made. Means it is like a raw statement. Okay, one bill is made before it becomes law. So one bill is made, first it is discussed in the Lok Sabha and a bill is made, and that bill is required to be passed in Rajya Sabha, then only it become a law. First it is passed in the Lok Sabha, then it goes to the Rajya Sabha for the passing, and if the Rajya Sabha passed that bill, then only it become a law. But if Rajya Sabha denies it, if they disallow it, and then it stops, it doesn't become a law. So you can say it is the function of reviewing and altering. And not only passing the bill, Rajya Sabha can also initiate legislation. Means they can also initiate the law making process. They can also take out any bill. Okay, any regarding any new policy, they can also take out the bill which has to be passed to the Lok Sabha, okay, for the approval. So these two houses are important, and the approval of both the houses is important for any law to be made in the country. Now the second function of the government is to control the parliament, not the government. Second function of the parliament is to control, guide and inform the government. So how can the parliament perform the above mentioned task? To control, to guide, to inform. So they used to have question hours in the parliament. Okay, they have question hours in the parliament where they can raise the questions to the government on any policy or on any law which is made recently. So the main motive of this question hour is to keep the government on toes, is to keep the government on alert, you can say, and they have the right to ask the government about any policy and law, and government should clarify them. Okay, so important way through which the parliament controls the executive. So executives are the prime ministers, president. Okay, so parliament controls the executive branch through this question hour. MPs can ask questions on the working of the government. Okay, so see, they are controlling. So controlling means they can ask questions on the working of the government. This is how they are controlling, and they can highlight the drawbacks in various policies and programs. So if any law is passed and the opposition party go through it, and if they find any fault in that, so they have the right to raise questions, they have the right to raise the drawbacks of that policy. This is kind of guidance for the government. This is how they provide guidance, that there are some flaws which need to be